Welcome to the Inspection Empire Builder podcast. On this episode, we have podcasters talking to podcasters about podcasting. You don't want to miss it. What's up, dog? I know you, but what do you do inspections? Do you do podcasting? What do you do?
I do a little of both, man. Yeah. I mean, I've talked about this over on the Ride Along, which again, one of the best things about podcasting in this space, when I originally talked to Porch about starting it, was because there's not that many. And so, but those podcasters in this space that I have talked with, I'm friends with all of them. And it's such a fun kind of a camaraderie, right? Like Matt, anytime I'm at IEB, you and I are sitting down talking shop. I'm looking at what cameras you're using now, things like that. So we're always kind of just comparing and contrasting. But I got into this with Porch because I had come from a 10-year career in home inspections. I still have a home inspection LLC, but I was doing this at mass scale back in Virginia for a decade. And one of the things that they were really looking to do at the time was this was coming right out of COVID, and they were doing what was called the Inspection Fuel Tour, which was, people were kind of giving up conferences there for a little bit. Nobody was going for a couple of years. So they're like, well, let's do these little pop-up conferences here, and here. But there wasn't really a whole lot of traction with it. And so I kind of finally was like, guys, why don't we try this on a content front? If you really want to reach people, like, the one thing that I always do when I'm driving between home inspections is I'm either listening to a podcast or an audiobook, something where it's like I can get some knowledge from it. But, if you could provide value to people in a way that they can easily consume, whether it's, they can listen to 20 minutes, stop it, come back to it after the job, things like that. Or even having a YouTube page where it's all kinds of content that can help them grow their own business. Or take them along with what you're learning as you're growing your own. Then why not do it, man? And so it's been a fun kind of 3 years as we've leaned into that. And out of that has come bringing Matt Brading on this year as well. I mean, he was already established in the industry and has a massive following, educating people on what things are not supposed to do.
Correct.
That's it, man. But it's been a fun year. I mean, we've just kind of scaled this thing up and looking to continue it in 2026. So if you're not subscribed, not only should you subscribe to this show, because Matt Williams is awesome here, but go check out the Ride Along too. Anywhere you get your podcast.
Get on it.
YouTube, baby.
That's good. All right. The Matt. What about you, my man?
I run a home inspection business in the Houston, Texas area, Texas Edge Home Inspections. Been doing that since 2017. Got a pretty large social media following across multiple platforms, usually found at texas.edge.inspect. Been making content out there since about 2018. Really kind of started to take off back about 2020. The whole catchphrase thing wasn't a thing at the time, but I one day said it's not supposed to do that in a video kind of repeatedly after finding broken stuff. People liked it. I should be posting my 200th episode on the 18th of December. So that's almost 4 years that I've been doing one of those a week. And so, it's just part of what I do in terms of social media. I put it out there. That's kind of comedic, right? That's supposed to be funny. Most of it is obvious things. I'll find stuff that's loose and jiggle it or whatever, jiggle it aggressively, like doors that don't close right, stuff. I slam them and stuff. It's meant to be funny, obvious stuff. Yeah. But that's once a week, and I post content every day. And so I am finding like real items. And not only am I trying to educate the public on home inspection, trying to educate home inspectors. I made a video yesterday because I lost a job because somebody chose a different inspector that was $63 cheaper, which I mean is fine, right? But I mean,
is the $63 really what you're like? That's your number one concern is the price of the inspection?
That's what I was told. I was told they chose another one that could do it for $63 cheaper. And I was like, if that's the only reason why you're making that call, like I'm cool. If you compared apples to apples and you're like, hey, this guy does the same thing, his qualifications are the same, been doing it the same amount of time, same licenses, certifications, whatever. And he's $63 cheaper. I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, whatever, that's fine. But it's like if you haven't done that, and we've never even had a phone conversation. Like your realtor just reached out to me, like we haven't even spoken, and you're just choosing based on price alone. I don't think that's a great idea for the biggest purchase of your life. So I try to educate people not just about what's going on with their homes, and I do that, but also about the industry. My whole kind of mission early on has been to shed some light on the inspection industry as a whole, because there's a lot of misconceptions about what we do, who we are, what we're about. I think that's been pretty successful. There's a ton of them out there making content now and add a lot of transparency to what we do. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm about. I also do long format content on YouTube, anywhere from about 5 to 20-minute videos usually. Most of these are added inspection, where I'm kind of going through a little bit more in depth. I think you got to be like kind of committed to that. You know what I mean? You really want to know about what's going on in the process to watch those videos. But in addition to that, I visit builders, usually some high performance builders in the area, do some videos with them, and also some up and coming products, tools, and reviews and things like that. So, and a bunch of DIY stuff. So, man, I'm all over the place when it comes to homes.
I love that, man. So does your content actually drive business to your company for getting home inspections?
Yes, it's the only form of advertisement I've really done in about 5 or 6 years. Okay. I will, like yesterday, I went to an evening event, like drinks and food at some little restaurant. It's basically a realtor that I've been working with for about 6-7 years. I'd go every year and do this Christmas. She has an appreciation Christmas thing, and like I'm doing like a happy hour with a title company next week. I do like 2 to 3 of those a year. Like where I go and kind of sponsor those events. And really I do them as a favor, right? Because they just need a sponsor. And it's usually somebody that I've known for a while or worked with for a while. And I don't really go to it like, okay, I'm gonna get some business out of this. Really, I'm just doing it to give back. I mean, I love getting business from it, but to be honest with you, the word of mouth advertising is probably still king for me. And that all kind of starts with the social media. I get realtor referrals, people, just general public, and everything comes really from social media.
Nice. You know, I get my business is I call all the rest of the inspectors and I lower my prices by $63.
Yeah, that's a great. It works.
It's a great strategy. Yeah, that's how
it works, man.
That's how I do it. There's science. It needs to be $67. Remember? Yeah, 6-7. Nobody knows what it means. What it means is you get more business if you're $67 cheaper. That's what it means.
It's like the actual, I mean, are you doing like flyers for this, social media where it's like, hey, I will beat that inspector's price by $6-7.
That would be funny. I had somebody comment on when I made that video, and I tried not to be like rude about it, because like I'm not mad at the inspector. It's like whatever. I just want the general public to think about.
Like, you didn't call out that inspector specifically, did you?
No, I don't even know who it is. So I mean, like,
I ask if you like went and looked at his like reviews and stuff.
No, I don't even know who it is. Didn't ask. I don't care. And the thing is like he might be great. And I hope they got a great inspection. I really do. I just want the general public to think before they have somebody inspect the largest purchase of their life.
Yeah,
a 6-figure home.
6 or 7 figures. You don't spend 6 or 7 figures very often. And,
and you want to save $63. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But I did have somebody say, because his price, mine was $600, right? His price was $537, right? And somebody said online, they were like, "You never trust somebody that has an odd price like that. Like, what are they doing? You can tell that they've like priced to get under competition or something like that. Because like, where do you come up with that? Where do you come up with the fact that I need to make $537? Like, why don't you just go ahead and put in 50 cents on it or something like that?
36 cents. That's right.
Yeah. Why did you have to get to that specific number so that you could be profitable? Like, it doesn't really make any sense. My rates have always been, an even number. It's either by fives. Usually it's whatever. I think a long time ago they started at $375. Now it's like $475. It goes up to $500, $525. All that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Now I do re-inspects. I'll go back and do re-inspects, and I'll cut the fee in half, and then it gets to be some weird prices sometimes because of that 5. But I mean, like, that's just to make it easier on me, because I'm like, I don't really like to do re-inspections if I can help it. And I certainly, I used to do them. They are. And I used to do them for like $150 whenever I was new. And people wanted them all the time. I found myself, I'd end up having to miss inspections because I had to go do re-inspections. And I was like, okay,
no, it's the worst. It's the worst spending of your time. It's the highest liability. Yeah. Like you got higher liability. You have your dollar to time ratio is down low. It's a pain in the butt. It disrupts you from doing the other things that are better for your business. Yeah, absolutely. I know re-inspect is a thing, and I know that it's something you have to do.
And what that is I'm sitting over here looking at it on the floor. I bought a sewer scope.
Hey, there you go.
There you go.
I've never done this. I mean, man, up until now, like for me, it's like my services, this is what I offer, right? I've got home inspection, general home inspection. I do a damn good job, cover to cover on your home inspection.
Yep.
Pools, termites, or wood destroying insect. That's it. And that's all I want to do. I don't do septic. Well, I don't do that stuff. And I never really had any interest in sewer scope. But it's really just become, and honestly, I think social media has helped this. It's honestly helped me to understand the significance of needing it. And some inspector friends of ours, Randall, was one that was really, I probably would have let it go if it wasn't for Randall. But Randall really has been pushing me. And he said, man, you got to do this. And he just tells me all the things that he finds. And I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I feel very solid about what I'm bringing to the table whenever I do my plumbing inspection. I found a lot of trouble. But I mean, there's nothing like the visual representation and the irrefutable evidence of sending a scope down a pipe and finding a crack or a belly or a clog or something.
Right.
And so, and it's really becoming a service that people really do want on multiple ages of homes. And so I picked one up and I'm going to start, I'm going to start with my house, but I'm going to start getting it done. And then once I feel like I'm pretty proficient at it, I'm going to train my guys and buy them a camera.
Exactly. Yeah.
Non-denominational house blessings.
Yeah, right. Man, I love it. Yeah, so man, we had a sewer scope a while ago. We started off with kind of the entry level type sewer cameras that you can buy this. And I'm not going to name drop specific companies because I try not to do that in this case. But like the $2,500, $3,000 all in one package. They either have like the red cable, the purple cable. We've seen those advertised at conferences, and so we started out doing those, and then. But then the volume of sewer scoping we've been doing, it's been hard to keep up with repairs and things like that. And it's not a bad camera system, but it's not designed for the volume that we're doing. And so running that many cameras.
Even at that price point?
What's that?
Even at that price point?
Yeah. So I
went way budget.
You went way budget?
I went way budget. Yeah. I think I spent $800. That was what was advised.
That's cute. I like that. That's a cute little camera. So,
hey,
what do you like putting your iPhone down there? Like,
it's a selfie stick.
A selfie stick with an iPhone? What is that?
Perhaps maybe the prices have gone down. I mean, the thing is like I was literally advised by multiple people, like, those super expensive ones at the show and everything. They're great, but you do not need that. And I mean, like, look,
to get started, you won't need it. You won't need it. But I got
it sounds like yours break all the time.
Yeah, but I got 8 guys running around town doing thousands of these things. Like we do, with thousands of inspections, yeah. And so we got guys, each of these cameras doing like 10 a week, easy, and so they're running hard. And so when you start running a real volume, a higher volume for these cameras, they're just not designed to be punching through, 10 a week. They're great for 2 or 3 a week, because they'll be fine. And then you got to be kind of careful with them, and as a business owner, it's like, I just spent the money on this camera. I'm going to be really gentle with it. As the employee, they're like, that looks cool. Like, let's see what it can do. And I'm just like, no, let's not see what it can do. And so, so anyhow, but they break, they're just not designed for the volume. So we're in the middle of switching over to a newer camera system. And so, but they're $10,000 a camera for the big ones, and that's what we're in the middle of switching over. Right. And so we've got 1, 2, 3, I got 5 of them that I bought in the last 6 months. And so we're buying 5 more.
How can you justify that purchase though? I mean, like like how much are you charging? How much are you charging for a sewer scope that you can justify a $10,000 tool?
It's what we're making. What do you mean?
I mean,
yeah, I mean between 150 and 175 bucks. So let's just say.
So I mean, like, but break that down, because I mean, like, that's a lot of inspections it's going to take just to pay for the tool itself.
Correct. Yeah, yeah. So,
but if it's holding up, it's more durable. He's not going to have to replace it every year.
Right. I mean, like, or every 6 months. Yeah. So, okay. So it's 150, right? We're doing, each guy's probably throwing 10 sewer scopes a week on average. So that's $1,500 a week in revenue, and so, and then, the new setup is about 10 grand, give or take. Right. So, it's like, all right, so that's, what is that? 8 weeks times 8? No, not even 6 weeks. Within 6 weeks, it's paid itself. So in 6 weeks, the cameras are paid for. Right. But then it continues to go and go and go and go and go and go. So, so tools don't cost money. Tools make money. And
look, I'm all about it. It seems like that's exuberant. I mean, look,
I think starting out with the $800 camera is not a big deal. I think start with that. Right. And then once you're running with that, then it's like, okay, we're getting this. Now you're working it. Right. And now the camera, when you start really working the cheaper cameras, again, they're great if you're doing like 1 or 2 a week or something. You're just getting started. It's a great way. I don't recommend day one dropping 10 G's on a camera. I think start off with a budget camera and start working with it. And then, and then we kind of stepped up to those $2,500, $3,000 cameras a few years ago. But, there's always, I think we have like 12 of them, 15 of them sitting around the office, and we have parts and we have all the different things. And so we're constantly working on it. And so as it's growing, it's like, okay, now we're doing more and more and more. Now it justifies the buying of the better equipment.
No, it definitely makes sense to me, man. And especially like maybe for Matt, like there's a build up period where once it starts hitting that volume level, you can justify it. But
absolutely, that's the key. You start with the low end camera. That's fine. Start making some money. Start trying it out. Doing some marketing. Can I get enough scopes to justify it? I'm telling you, when you start moving up in the quality, you start seeing the big quality differences in the equipment. And
I can see that.
Yeah, but start out with a small one. There's nothing wrong with that. And then we went to the intermediate ones, and now we're stepping up to the big boy ones. And so we have the big professional ones that plumbers use, like the big ones. And so, so now that's what we're rolling with, and we've been upgrading. But don't upgrade. Don't start there. Start with the basic one, like you're doing.
There's another stream of revenue here that we're not even talking about, which is that you can outsource that side of your business to subcontract for inspectors that are not offering that themselves. So same way there's some inspectors of single man shops that aren't doing radon or termite because they're not licensed for termite. Some states require that. So they'll end up calling the guy who can and either send him the pictures and stuff so that guy can do the report, or have that inspector come on out and perform that service. So it's, you're not just charging that for your own packaging, but if somebody else wants to pay you a portion of their fee to do that, you're making even more money off of that too. So
so we do that.
All right. You know what? I just found it again. And it turns out I didn't lose it at all. No, I'm back to VMAT.
It is. Don't call it a comeback.
Found it again. Sorry. You lost me for a second. I got all into the stuff, and now I'm back. I'm back.
No, this has been fire, Matt. Seriously, thanks so much for having us on the show, buddy. Seriously.
Absolutely. This has been a great episode. And for those people that are part of IEB and listening to the show, you guys explain, like, what's your show? How do you find it? If someone's getting in contact with you guys, like, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Yeah, no, so you can find us on Instagram, TikTok, but most especially YouTube at the Ride Along Show, or the Ride Along Inspection Show. And, give us a follow. Seriously. I mean, we're always in the comments. What we're trying to do is really build community with the inspection industry, or extend that community. I mean, I've been part of it for 10 years. Matt's been doing this for a long time, has a massive following. And, it's continuing the conversation from the content onward. Like the content's just the launching point for talking with each other in the industry. So, go give us a follow. Seriously. We want to feature some inspectors as well. So like if you've got, especially tapping into the IEB community, you guys have some amazing success stories. So if you haven't shared those, you need to, because it's going to inspire somebody. It's going to motivate somebody to grow. So we want to feature you guys. So if you want to reach out, Bradley Lowry at porch.com, you can certainly reach me there. Or you can shoot us a DM on Instagram, TikTok, or wherever.
And I mean, also, the video stuff and the social media stuff, but if you like to, ride and listen to your podcast while you're driving down the road, Spotify, Apple, all that stuff, you can find it there.
Mm-hmm.
I answer a lot of questions for home inspectors throughout the nation and beyond. People reach out to me with questions, how to get started, how to, what tools do I need? Obviously, the sewer scope cameras, I'm not going to guy to ask. You need to go to the other Matt on that one. But, but no, I mean, what tools you need, what's right, what's wrong, code related questions, what do I need to do, how to gain business, all this stuff. People, texas.edge.inspect on just about any platform you can find me. Reach out to me. I answer almost every DM. And so, reach out to me and I'll see what I can do for you. But yeah, more than anything, we just want you guys to come, watch the show, support the show, and we want to help you guys out.
Be part of the ride. Man. That's it.
I love it. Well, guys, thank you so much for being on the show today. And I look forward to seeing you guys at more conferences and more events around the country.
Absolutely, man. We'll be there. We'll see you.
Thanks, Matt.